students. Today we will begin our next chapter, Ethics and Safety Measures in Computing. I have divided this chapter in two parts, Part 1 and Part 2. In Part 1, we will discuss about Internet, advantages and disadvantages of Internet, computing ethics, unethical practices. In part 2, we will discuss cybercrime, safety measures while using computer and internet, digital footprints, and exercises. Let's start with our chapter. What is Internet? Internet is a global network of computers, or we can say the Internet is a global wide area network that connects computer systems across the world. A global computer network providing a variety of information and communication facilities consisting of interconnected networks using standardized communications protocols. As we already know, Internet is a global network of computers. Advantages of Internet: we can search anything, we can take help in e-commerce, we can use in entertainment, in social networking sites, virtual storage like Google Drive, OneDrive, e-governance, education, earn money, etc. Disadvantages of Internet: there is a threat of virus. While we are downloading anything from the internet, virus can enter in our computer. As we already know computer virus in the previous chapter. Next, there is a threat of frauds. There are many people, they are sitting there in the different places to take money, to take the data from others' computers. There is a threat of pornography. There is a threat of getting wrong informations. These all are the disadvantages of internet. While using internet, we have to be very attentive what we are downloading, what we are watching. So there are some advantages and disadvantages of internet. Our next topic is computer ethics. Ethics means a set of rules. It is a set of moral standards that governs the use of computers. It is society's view about the use of computers, both hardware as well as the software. And there are so many parts of computing ethics: computer crime, or we can say the cyber crime, responsibilities, the data privacy, the intellectual property, computer abuse, etc. Privacy concern, intellectual property rights and effect on the society. There are some common issue of computer ethics. Here you can see these are the 10 commandments, or we can say the 10 rules of computing ethics. Number 1, we should not use a computer to harm other people. Next, we should not interfere with others people's computer work. Third, we should not snoop around in others people's file. Number 4, we should not use a computer to steal. Means we cannot steal the information, we cannot take the information from others' computer without his or her permission. Number 5, we should not use a computer to bear false witness. Number 6, we should not use or copy software for which you have not paid. It means we should not promote the pirated software. Number 7. We should not use other people's computer resources without authorization. Number 8. We should not appropriate other people's intellectual output. Number 9. We should think about the social consequences of the program you write. Whatever we are posting, we have to be very attentive while we are working on the internet. Means if we are posting any wrong thing on the internet, it may be good or it may be bad. We have to decide it before we forward any message that is it good or not for us. Next, we should use a computer in ways that shows consideration and respect to the others. I hope you understood these 10 ethics of computers. It is required while we are accessing the internet. What is plagiarism? Buying, stealing or borrowing a paper means including of course copying an entire paper or article from the internet or hiring someone to write your paper for you. Next, copying large sections of text from a source without quotation marks or proper citation means plagiarism is a process where you can copy someone else's data in your files and without mentioning her or his name. It means to claim someone else's work. There are some preventions by which we can fight with that plagiarism. Number 1, quote it. If we are copying someone else's data, we should mention her name. Copy the exact wording and place the information inside the quotation mark. Next, summarize it. Put the main ideas into your own words. Next, paraphrase it. Use your own words to restate the information. When you do any of these, you must cite your resources. So, what we understood? What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is a process where we can claim or we are using other person's idea or work as our own. Next, cyberbullying. Bully means बुले कहते हैं ना कि किसी को परेशान करना. Like this, when we are teasing someone else with the help of internet, it is known as the cyberbullying. So, cyberbullying is what? Bullying another person via cell phone, computer or tablet. Willfully using text messages, SMS, social media, forums, apps and other digital mediums to hurt others. There are some preventions by which we can escape from cyberbullying. Number 1, block all communications with cyberbullies. Do not forward any messages, comment, etc. that involve cyberbullying. And always report any cyberbullying taking place to an adult. And whenever you are facing such kind of problems, you should always share with your elder one. You can share with your teacher, you can share with your elder brother, elder sister, you can share with your parents. But never hide this thing. Never promote the cyberbullies. The next unethical practice is phishing. Phishing, as we easily understand with the word phishing, फिशिंग एज वी आर यूजिंग, कि जब हम मछली पकड़ने जाते हैं तो उस प्रोसेस को हम क्या बोलते हैं, क्या करने जा रहे हैं, फिशिंग करने जा रहे हैं. इट इज अ इंग्लिश और हिंदी कॉम्बिनेशन इज फिशिंग. इट इज just like that only. Phishing is a way of fraudulently acquiring sensitive information using social engineering and technical subterfuge. Then it tries to trick users with official looking messages. It can take the credit card details, it can take the bank account detail, your PayPal, your Google Pay, etc. It is a process which act of sending an email to a user, misleading him to believe that it is from a trusted person or organization. When you got any mail on a sensitive topic, just hang up and call them back using a number that you know is correct, like from your credit card or a statement. Just verify that person from where you are getting such kind of mails to avoid phishing. Next, hacking. As you already know, hacking is getting someone else's computer without illegal permission. Means a process of illegally corrupting or extracting someone's private information from a computer system or network. One who attempts crashing private data, overloading their system with traffic, or stealing the data such as credit and debit card details are known as hackers. Hackers are just the human beings. It is not a virus. Hackers are the human beings, and they are the well qualified. Hackers are the one who programs, simply who enjoy the programming rather than simply the origin about the program. They code on basis of their own needs. Hacking, in a simple term, hacking is a procedure, or hacking is a illegal intrusion into a computer system or networks. Hackers are highly technical person who can secretly break into computers to steal important data or information. Sometimes they destroy also. Hackers not only steal your information or data, but they also hack the application. They can change your website, program logics. They can crack your password also. Hackers usually tamper with data for unethical purposes, just for as an obsession to break the system securities. Hacking is done without any consent from the user. It means without taking someone else's permission, they are just hacking your system. So there are the few suggestions, there are the few preventions by which we can escape from hacking. Number 1, implement a firewall and develop the security. Number 2, use hard to get passwords. It means we should not insert, or we should not use the easy passwords. There has to be some numbers along with the alphabets or the special symbols. Disconnect your internet when not in use. Spam emails should not be opened. Avoid giving your personal details on social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Novel, etc. Secure your wireless network and keep your system updated. The next topic is, what is a spam messages, or what is a spam? A spam is a junk email which contains unwanted resources, viruses, worms and scams. Or we can say spam are the unwanted bulk emails that come from strange sources. Spam are generally sent in large numbers for commercial advertising. In spamming, millions of copies of the same message are sent to email users worldwide. Spam is a serious security concern as it can be used to deliver Trojan horses, viruses, worms, spyware, and organize targeted phishing attacks. How we can prevent from the spam? Number one, don't publish email on web. Be conservative who you give your information. Do not reply spam emails. Use second email address in news groups. Use spam filter. Next, never buy anything advertised in spam. Or install spam filtering or blocking software. If you suspect that an email is a spam, do not respond. Just delete it immediately. Keep the software and security patches up to date. Reject all instant messages from persons who are not in your contact list. By using these steps, you can easily prevent yourself from spamming. Next, privacy. As we already know, with the word privacy, the right to be left alone, the most comprehensive of rights and the right most valued by a free people. Information privacy is a combination of communications privacy or data privacy. Communication privacy is ability to communicate with others without being monitored by other persons or organizations. Data privacy, ability to limit access to one personal data by other individuals and organizations in order to exercise a substantial degree of control over that and its use. In this digital era, there has been a significant increase in the use of technology. As the technology is progressing, so are the privacy parameters diminishing. Internet is commonly used for various purposes such as personal communication, accessing the information on any topic, and for financial transactions, etc. The use of internet can affect the privacy right for personal data of a person. Privacy is one of the major concerns in one's life. The right to privacy may be defined as the claim of individual or a group or institution to determine when, how, and to what extent the information about them could be communicated to the others. Privacy issue come into picture when personal information is collected, used and shared without the consent of the authorized person. Business concern. So, certain preventive measures should be taken to avoid privacy. With the following points, we can easily protect ourselves with the Privacy. Number one, do not reveal personal information in any social networking sites. Turn on cookie notices in your web browser and use cookie management software. Keep a clean email address. Don't reveal personal details to strangers or just met friends. Realize you may be monitored at work. Avoid sending highly personal email to mailing lists and keep sensitive files on your home computer. The next is software piracy. What is software piracy? Software piracy is copying and using commercial software purchased by someone else. It means without having any kind of authority, you are purchasing any software from someone else. One purchase software is actually purchasing, loaning CDs, downloading or distributing pirated software from the internet, or buying a single software program and then installing it. Copyright infringement is software piracy. Is the unauthorized copying or distribution of copyright protected software. How we can escape, how we can prevent from software piracy. Number one, purchase only authorized software project. When buying any software, it is necessary to be sure to get the genuine discs, the genuine part, the genuine manuals and license documentation for that software. When you purchase illegal or counterfeit copies, his money goes straight into the pocket of software pirates. Buy from an authorized dealer. Check the price and ask for the receipt. With the help of these steps, we can easily protect us from the software piracy. Next, what is intellectual property? Intellectual property or IP refers to the creation of mind such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs and symbols, names and images used in commerce. IP is protected in law by, for example, patents, copyright, trademarks, and trade secrets, which enable people to earn recognition or financial benefit from what they invent or create. By striking the right balance between the interest of innovators and the wider public interest, the IP system aims to foster an environment in which creativity and innovations can flourish. What is intellectual property? In the simple way we can easily understand it, intellectual property is a term that refers to the legal property rights of a person over his or her creations of mind, both artistic and commercial. Under intellectual property law, owners are granted certain exclusive rights over the use of his or her creation, such as musical, literary, artistic work for a certain period of time. These rights ensure that the creator's hard work is safe and protected from unauthorized copying and piracy. With the help of these four, we can easily protect ourselves with the intellectual property. Number one, patents. Exclude others from making, using, or selling their inventions. Next, copyrights. Author's original creative work. Trademarks. A logo or a name for a product that is protected in a particular industry and geographic reason, trade secret, idea or invention protected by secrecy. These all are the four pillars, four laws by which we can easily protect from IP. Thank you.